Alright guys, have you ever wondered what it's like to stare fear straight in the face while on vacation? Today we're not talking about your average roller coaster or a slightly spooky haunted house. These are the tourist attractions that push the absolute limits of thrill and terror. We're talking places where your heart pounds, your palms sweat, and you question every life decision that led you there. Some of these attractions are so extreme, they've even smashed world records and made international headlines. From dizzying heights and nerve-wracking swings, to wild animal encounters and rides with actual safety scares, these are the destinations that have left even the bravest visitors trembling. When you travel to these places, you're not just sightseeing, you're looking danger right in the eyes and saying, "Bring it on," and trust me, some of these stories will have you gripping your seat and maybe rethinking your next vacation. So, if you're looking for adventure, adrenaline, and a little bit of madness, buckle up. These are the world's most terrifying tourist attractions. Let's jump right in and see which of these you would dare to try. Imagine being strapped into a giant swing, your legs dangling in the open air, and then, suddenly, you're launched over the edge of a 2,200-foot drop at a mind-blowing 80 miles per hour. Welcome to the Guinness World Record-holding swing in China. This isn't just the world's highest swing, it's basically the closest you can get to flying without actually growing wings. And as you soar above the edge, the world below looks tiny, and every instinct in your body screams, "Hold on for dear life." People literally travel from every corner of the globe just to test their courage on this swing. The rush is so intense that some riders can barely stand after. It's one of those experiences that's equal parts terrifying and unforgettable. If you think you're fearless, this swing is your ultimate test. Would you dare to take that leap? Now, imagine you're just about to hop on a roller coaster in Charlotte, Carolina, when suddenly, someone notices a massive crack in one of the main support beams. That's exactly what happened at this amusement park. A sharp-eyed visitor spotted the crack, filmed it, and sent the video viral. Within hours, the entire ride and eventually the park shut down for immediate safety inspections. Think about it. You're expecting a fun day out, maybe some butterflies in your stomach, and then you're faced with real danger. That crack could have led to disaster. It's a stark reminder that sometimes the scariest part of a tourist attraction isn't the ride itself, but what's lurking beneath the surface. Always keep your eyes open, because you never know when adventure might turn into a true life-or-death moment. Welcome to Wansheng Theme Park in China, a place famous not just for its wild rides, but for its repeated run-ins with safety inspectors. Here, the attractions seem designed to thrill and terrify even the most hardcore adrenaline junkies, but with each heart-racing ride, there's always that nagging "what if" in the back of your mind. Over the years, this park has flunked safety checks again and again, yet thrill seekers keep coming back. Maybe it's the rush of cheating fate. Maybe it's the allure of pushing boundaries, but one thing's for sure, every ride is a gamble. If you're the type who loves to live dangerously, Wansheng might just be your paradise, or your final destination. Picture this, you're wading into warm, crystal-clear waters, ready for a perfect beach day. But beneath the waves at New Smyrna Beach, Florida, lurks a terrifying truth. It's known as the world's shark attack capital, responsible for a jaw-dropping 23% of global incidents in 2021 alone. This isn't just a rumor, it's a fact that's made headlines around the world. For surfers and swimmers, every splash comes with a rush of adrenaline, and yeah, a healthy dose of fear. Yet, thousands still flock here every year, eager to test their luck and maybe snag a selfie with the warning signs. Would you brave these waters, knowing what's waiting below the surface? Now let's talk about a swimming hole that's straight out of an adventure movie, the Devil's Pool at Victoria Falls. To get to this natural infinity pool, you trek over slippery rocks, dodge crocodiles, and hope the guide's crocodile checks are enough. There are no lifeguards here. And, with the thunderous roar of the world's largest waterfall right next to you, the adrenaline is off the charts. One careless slip and you could be swept right over the edge. Yet, every year, thrill seekers take the plunge. All for that once-in-a-lifetime photo literally inches from a 355-foot drop. Would you risk it for the ultimate Instagram moment? Picture yourself high in Japan's Fuji Mountains climbing the infamous Stairway to Heaven. There's netting below, sure, But it doesn't really help when your legs feel like jelly and the wind is howling in your ears. Every step takes you higher above the mountain slopes. And even the bravest climbers have been known to freeze halfway up, paralyzed by fear. It's a challenge both mental and physical, and the only thing between you and a sheer drop is your grip strength. And, maybe, a silent prayer. If you've ever wondered what true vertigo feels like, this is your chance to find out. Now, imagine climbing onto a spinning carnival ride, your seatbelt buckled, when you spot something horrifying, a row of loose screws rattling with every turn. Your stomach drops. You want to get off, but it's too late. The ride lurches into motion, and every jolt makes you wonder if it's your last. For many, this turns a moment of fun into a heart-pounding, white-knuckle ordeal. It's a reminder that sometimes, it's not the height or speed that gets you, it's the unexpected surprises that make an attraction truly terrifying. Down under, there's a way to meet Australia's deadliest predators up close, the Cage of Death. Imagine being lowered into a tank with a massive, hungry crocodile, separated only by a few inches of glass. Every snap of its jaws, every flick of its tail, sends chills down your spine. For adrenaline junkies, this is the ultimate test of courage. For everyone else, it's a living nightmare. The best part? You get to watch the croc's reactions as it sizes you up for lunch. Would you step into the Cage of Death? If you've ever wanted to feel like a real-life superhero, New Zealand's human catapult is for you. In just 1.5 seconds, you're launched at 60 miles per hour across a giant canyon. The rush hits you before your brain even realizes what's happening. And the world blurs as you fly through the air. Few attractions deliver this kind of adrenaline. It's part thrill, part insanity, and all awesome. Would you trust a giant slingshot with your life just for that one unforgettable moment? Ever wondered what it feels like to leap off a cliff and glide through the air like a bird? Wingsuit parachuting is the extreme sport for you. It's not just about jumping, it's about navigating narrow mountain passes at incredible speeds, with nothing but fabric keeping you alive. Every leap is a calculated risk, and even experienced jumpers admit to moments of pure terror. Watching someone swoop past jagged rocks is enough to make your heart stop. Would you take the plunge off the world's tallest cliffs? For the ultimate daredevil sleepover, there's cliff camping, spending the night in a tent suspended thousands of feet above the ground. You're literally hanging on the side of a cliff, rocked to sleep by the wind and the distant sound of avalanches. There's no room for fear, just a thin layer of fabric between you and the void. Every movement feels amplified. Every creak of the ropes makes your heart race, but for the brave, the sunrise views are absolutely unbeatable. Would you risk a sleepless night for the ultimate adventure? If heights make you queasy, just wait until you step onto the world's highest and longest glass-bottom bridge. Suspended high above a deep canyon, this bridge is so strong it's been tested with sledgehammers, but that doesn't stop visitors from crawling across in terror. Every step, the glass creaks and flexes just enough to make your heart skip a beat. The view below is breathtaking if you're brave enough to look down. Would you walk across, or would you chicken out halfway? Okay, so, this next spot is so dangerous, the Brazilian government has actually banned visitors altogether. Snake Island is home to over 430,000 venomous snakes, all crowded together on a tiny patch of land. Scientists say it's the highest concentration of deadly snakes anywhere on Earth. Just one wrong step here, and honestly, you could be bitten by a golden lancehead, one of the world's most venomous vipers. It's the stuff of nightmares, and probably, yeah, the only attraction on our list that nobody actually wants to visit. High up in the clouds, the Huashan Mountain Plank Walk is a test of nerves like no other. These rickety wooden planks were installed centuries ago, and they literally cling to the cliffs hundreds of feet above the ground. There's a harness, sure, but looking down is enough to make anyone's legs turn to jelly. Every step is, well, an act of courage. Pilgrims and thrill-seekers alike make the journey, all for the bragging rights and, of course, those spectacular views. Would you inch your way across, or maybe freeze up halfway? For coaster fans, honestly, nothing beats Kingda Ka, the world's tallest and second fastest roller coaster. You're strapped in, then blasted up 456 feet at 128 miles per hour. In just 3.5 seconds, you've gone from "this is fun" to "am I going to survive?" as you rocket skyward. The view from the top is incredible, if you can even keep your eyes open. The drop is so intense, even veteran thrill seekers admit to screaming all the way down. So, would you line up for the ride of your life? Forget snowboarding. How about volcano boarding down the slopes of an active volcano in Nicaragua? You suit up in a protective suit, grab a board, and race down volcanic ash at up to 50 miles per hour. The ground is hot, sharp, and unforgiving, and the volcano itself is still very much alive. It's a wild mix of excitement and danger, and every fall comes with the risk of nasty cuts, or worse. But for the thrill of saying you've ridden a volcano, it's totally worth it for many adventurous souls. In West Virginia, you can live out your Angry Birds fantasy with a real human catapult. You're strapped in, launched through the air, and for a few seconds you're flying, before landing safely in a giant net. It's fast, wild, and totally unpredictable every time. The anticipation is almost worse than the flight as you wait for the countdown. The experience is short but unforgettable, and you'll never look at slingshots the same way again. Cave diving is already a challenge, but the low-ceilinged underwater caves of Florida's Ichetucknee River take things to a new level. Divers squeeze through tight passages with just enough space to fit, and the darkness is absolute. There's no room for panic, just calm, steady breathing. It's a test of both nerves and skill, and even experienced divers admit it's one of the most claustrophobic adventures out there. Would you dare to go where the light can't follow? Gravity Max in Taiwan has a trick up its sleeve. It's the world's first tilting roller coaster. The track literally tips over until you're staring straight down at a 90-degree drop, then releases you into a heart-stopping plunge. The anticipation as the track slowly tilts is pure torture. When you finally drop, the adrenaline spike is like nothing else. Would you trust your fate to a machine that literally tips you over the edge? Hiking the Camino del Rey in Spain used to be considered the world's most dangerous walk. Decades ago, the path was crumbling, with gaping holes and sheer drops into the gorge below. Today it's been restored, but honestly, the fear factor is still very real. Every step along this narrow walkway you're reminded of its deadly history. The views are epic, but one glance down and you totally understand why this hike built its terrifying reputation. In Las Vegas, you can take the ultimate leap of faith with the sky jump at the Stratosphere. It's an open-air jump from 829 feet up, and you freefall at 40 miles per hour before coming to a safe stop below. It's not bungee jumping, it's pure unfiltered adrenaline. The city lights blur as you plummet, and for a few seconds, you're totally weightless. If you're looking to conquer your fear of heights, this is definitely the way to do it. Italy's Via Ferrata climbing routes are not for the faint of heart. These iron pathways cling to sheer cliffs, with only a steel cable between you and a deadly fall. It's a test of bravery, endurance, and honestly, trust in your gear. The views are spectacular, but every step is a reminder of just how high up you really are. Would you brave the heights for a taste of adventure? There's a ride in Las Vegas that's so terrifying, it's often completely empty. Perched on the edge of a skyscraper, it spins riders.